on episode number 15. I'm twitter.com/John Condon.
Wow, I'm Tony Rugo.
And I'm B. Hallstrom, Brian Hallstrom.
Obviously, you guys have not been watching your indignation.
There's a change in format without letting me know.
Figured we'll throw in a curveball this week. Talk Bowling is proud to be bringing you the latest information from the bowling industry, bowling tips, and updates on the largest bowling internet website, bowlingball.com.
You guys got to stay up to date on your podcasts that we're watching.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Obviously, we borrow a lot from different shows.
And we'll work on that.
I got to start by saying we got some of the greatest viewers. Hesitate to call them fans because we're only on episode 15. But we've got people joining Twitter, and I just want to say welcome to Chris Benner, twitter.com/cbenner, Mike Emery, bowdown253. I got to know about that name. And Adam Pavlovich, twitter.com/pavlam05. I'll put their names on there, give them a little shout out.
There you go.
Welcome.
So, yes. See, you like that, I think.
Good. We're like all confused now.
It's very successful.
All right.
Where are we going to start?
Today we're going to talk about the positive access point, what it is, how to find it. It's got to be what considered the most important part of the bowling ball that doesn't really exist on a bowling ball.
That isn't marked on the bowling
It's
ball.
not marked.
Right.
Yeah. It's specific to each bowler.
Right. Basically, the positive access point is the point on the ball which the ball revolves around.
Right.
Just like anything that revolves, it's got to have an axis. And the axis obviously is different for everybody, depending on how you roll the ball, how you tilt the ball. And you're going to use the positive access point, we've talked about it in other episodes, to lay out the ball. The distance you put the pin, the distance you put the mass bias. It gives you all the non-visible factors that you need to know on a bowling ball is used by finding your positive access point. It's
Right.
very important to drill the ball properly to get the reaction you want.
Right, so when people go into a pro shop and they say, hey, I want that ball, and I want it to hook. Well, there's no real good way for a pro shop to say, okay, well, I'm going to drill you that ball right now without watching you bowl. You really need to know your positive access point to get that the reaction that you're looking for.
Definitely, yeah, I would definitely be proactive in that. If your pro shop is hesitant as far as watching you bowl, watch this little video I guess we're going to put in here on how to find it. You can actually find it yourself. Take it into your pro shop and say, can you just tell me the measurements on this? And then once you have that, it's going to help your pro shop. Most pro shops should probably want to find your access point because it's going to make them look better.
Right.
They're going to be able to make the ball do what you want it to do.
And if they're not finding it, they're just randomly laying the ball up.
Right.
Probably based on what they're used to seeing.
Yeah, and there is a safe zone. We don't want to sell anybody out, but there's a safe zone on the ball where for 9 out of 10 bowlers probably the ball is going to react fine.
Yeah.
They can put the pin here, the mass bias here, and they're going to get it to roll. They're going to get it to hook. But if you really want to fine tune your ball reaction,
Right.
do that.
And I like Keith's analogy of once you throw the ball, the holes on the ball disappear. The gripping holes. So you can't really measure anything from your
Right, that's why you can't say if you had a ball and the pin was over your ring finger and I go into my ball driller and say I want the pin over my ring finger, they're not going to react the same because we throw the balls differently. So you have to let the finger holes go away, almost disappear after you let go of it. It's only revolving around that access point. So you need to know your access point.
Right.
Definitely.
So watch this video. It'll tell you how to find it. And we'll be back.
Insert video here.
Good.
Exactly.
So I hope that video was a good explanation of how to find your access point.
Yes, hope so. And if you have any other questions about access point or what you can do related to the access point, finding it, ball reaction, things like that, let us know.
And questions at topbowling.com.
Yes,
Perfect.
that works.
All right.
Well, who wants to handle the quiz from last week?
Well, last week we asked the question, are you allowed to change the surface of a ball once you start competition? Now, changing the surface of a ball can mean altering the surface, and to me it means polishing the surface. According to USBC rule, I believe it's 18, you can polish a ball during competition and use USBC sanctioned cleaners, but you cannot alter the surface of a ball using any type of abrasive,
Right.
meaning Adderall pads, sanding pads, Scotch-Brite, anything that's going to scuff it up,
Right.
you cannot use, but you can use polish or cleaner.
Right.
Which is very odd. Why can you go one direction and not the other?
That may be a rule that gets reviewed. I don't know if USBC has plans to review some of these rules. There's a lot of things that are a little antiquated.
Right.
So yeah, that's a good question. Why can you? Because when you polish it, you're going to change your ball reaction. When you sand it, you're going to change your ball reaction. So
Yeah.
I agree with cleaners. I think you should be able to clean your ball during bowling, regardless. If it's an approved cleaner, I agree with that. But I think that's a rule that maybe needs to get changed.
Yeah.
Yes, I thought I brought up the point. Why don't I just take everything sanded and adjust it back up by polishing?
Yeah,
it?
it's
There
not.
you go.
You know, I don't think this happens a lot anymore because it's not. You know, you have a ball spinner to really do it properly, and
Yeah.
you don't see a flood of people running into the pro shop during league to do that type of thing. So it may change.
Right. Now, especially if you're bowling the USBC National Tournament, I think the rule may be different there. You may not be able to clean it.
Right. Right. They have a lot of special sets of rules for that.
Yeah,
So
they're special.
check that before you go.
All right, so we're going to get to this week's question.
Sure. Sounds good.
All right. For this week's question, what is the weight of a bowling pin? How tall should it be? And what is the width at the widest part of the bowling pin?
Gotcha. Regular bowling pins.
Regular
Not
size
candle
bowling
pins
pins,
or
okay.
anything like that.
That's right. So send us your answers in the questions at Top Bowling.
So,
We'll let you know the answer next week.
episode 15, leave the comments there.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
So are we not giving our Twitter names now because you threw it off and did
See,
it?
if you did it at the beginning like I did, we would be good to do.
Gotcha. Well, in case you missed it on /Tony Rugo. I thought you may have it written down. I forgot it. Like I look at it.
Like you ever tweet.
I know, right?
And making her Top Bowling debut, this is Dayla. Yeah. Tony loves her.
Wow.
Great.
Really threw us off there.
Yeah. It's just full of curveballs this episode.
I guess so.
For sure.
I have a lizard that lives in between the screen and the window in my daughter's room, so maybe I'll bring that in as a show and tell next week.
There you go.
I'll capture him.
Alright.
Hilarious.
I think that wraps this up.
Alright, I think we're good.
Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
I want to run her over. She behind me?
Your dog gets a tripod.
Really?
It's okay.